Namaste. Welcome to Hope Meadows, Center for Healing and Equine Assisted Therapy. I'm Julie Norman, one of our EGALA certified equine specialists here at Hope Meadows. And today we're going to practice yoga and horses. This is one of our signature programs here at Hope Meadows. And given the recent events in the world with the coronavirus and needing to move a lot of things more online, we wanted to bring the barn to you. As you'll hear, surrounding me during our practice is our herd. We have Misty, that is the mama. We have Misty, our lead mare, who is in the stall right here to my left. We have Electra in the stall to my right. Behind me, noshing on some hay in the aisle, we have Fire, our mini. So he may wander into our practice here and there. We also have Daisy and Ivy joining us as well. So let the herd guide you in your practice. Really tap into the energy that horses bring to help us find healing from whatever challenges you face in your life's journey. Let them inspire you to listening to your passion, your intuition, your deeper callings, and that highest self within you. Horses symbolize, across many, many cultures, they symbolize freedom. And that's very similar to what the path of yoga teaches us. In yoga, we call it moksha, or liberation. So whatever it is that might be challenging you during these times, or perhaps you're here just for some relaxation and stretching, allow this practice and our sacred herd here to support you along your unique life journey. So the way the practices are set up, we're going to have 3 phases. A warm-up, which includes a nice centering meditation and some gentle floor-based postures to get started. Then we'll move into a working phase. We might work with some lunging and some standing poses. Always listen to your body and accommodate your needs, taking it up a little bit or lowering it down slightly. And then we'll end with some winding downs. Again, coming to the earth, floor-based poses, and a lovely relaxation with the herd. Enjoy your time and thank you for being here. Thank you for your support, whether you're a client, a donor, or just coming to us. We greatly appreciate all that you are to Hope Meadows. And to learn more about us, check out hopemeadowsoh.org to learn more. Let's get started. Join me on your mat in Hero's Pose. This is a kneeling position. If it doesn't work for you to be kneeling, certainly come to a chair or seated cross-legged. Putting a block or 2 under your sit bones, as you can see me demonstrate here, is really helpful in making the knees more comfortable or taking pressure off the tops of the feet. So find what works best for you. We'll be here for our centering, so for a few minutes. And once you get settled in, go ahead and close your eyes or find a spot to gaze at on the earth a few feet in front of you. And come into the breath, full, deep, easy breaths. We'll do a mantra, or a mudra rather, with our centering. Cross the wrists with palms facing out and link your pinkies, ring fingers, and middle fingers together, bringing the thumbs and first fingers together. And this is called Abhaya Hirdra Mudra, also known as Courageous Heart. And this is certainly a lesson from the herd to live from a courageous heart, not fearless. but courageous. Fear is part of the journey. You must embrace it, breathe deep through and around it. Courage is a practice, especially living courageously as our authentic selves. Continue to deepen the breath and begin to release this mudra, stretching the arms out, turning the palms towards each other and sweeping them back into the heart. So this movement is a lovely, open the eyes if you haven't already, a lovely wrist warm up. It's great for those who struggle with carpal tunnel. Feel free to switch sides. It also begins to warm up the elbow and shoulder joints. It's great for arthritis in the hands, wrists. Shake it out here, and we'll go ahead and come forward to our knees. Stretch the legs back for a moment, giving the knees a rest from kneeling. And if that kneeling pose is okay for you, come back to it, or again, shift to seated. And use your yoga strap to take wide arms here. I'm going to warm more into that upper body, through the shoulders, chest, upper back by sweeping the strap overhead and back. And then forward again. So you can keep the elbows soft here, or for a little more stretch, really reach the arms away straight. Play with the distance between your hands. Don't go all the way back if that doesn't work for you. Never push, strain, pull the body in your practice. Certainly we may come into deep sensation, come into a little functional discomfort, but never pain. And hold the strap overhead. Find some side bends here. Just breathing deep into the side ribs. Heart feeling nice and open. You can exhale as you bend to the side. Inhale as you come tall. Remember that it's always your practice. Go ahead, drop one end of your strap. Take the hand that still has the strap overhead and bring the opposite arm behind you. I'm turning around here so you can see. This is modified cow face pose. So you can wiggle the bottom hand up the strap as much as that bottom shoulder will allow. Try to keep the top elbow pointing straight to the sky. Try to keep your head tall, pressing it back gently into the top forearm. And when you're ready, switch it out. Find your way to the other side. Take the opposite arm tall. You might want to find a little more sway here, forward and back, side to side. And when you're ready, that lovely shoulder opening. This can be a deep tricep stretch for the top arm there. You might be someone who's got a lot of openness in the shoulders and can even bring the fingertips or hands together. My body has had the pleasure of doing lots of stalls in my life, cleaning stalls, and so I find it difficult to get my hands much closer than this. And that's the unique beauty of the practice, meeting ourselves right where we're at. There's no destination goal. To embrace the present moment, whatever's available to us. Roll the shoulders out, take one more stretch overhead and forward. And we'll set the strap off to the side. Bring your two blocks in on their flat side. And put the palms of the hands down here. So we'll work with our table cat-cow movement here with the upper body elevated a bit. Start by exhaling and rounding the upper back. Really pull the belly towards the spine, tuck the tail, head, and then shifting to the arched open heart movement. So exhaling into the rounding. Inhaling as you drop the belly, lift the seat, the heart, the chin. And continue with the breath and this rippling action through the spine. Good. Coming to a neutral spine again and stretching out the left leg and opening the left arm up to the sky. You can kind of pivot the bottom leg out to the side, sweep the top arm around. Feel free to find some intuitive movement there. Take a moment to come back to table and switch legs. Right leg extends back. Left lower leg pivots out like a kickstand. Sweep the right arm open. Open the chest, the heart, hip, and sweep through. Play here. Practice, play, find your way. It's my motto. And if you watch the herd, they will show you lessons in the same way. Then take your time. Come down to a modified child's pose if you like, leaving your hands up on the blocks. This gives you a little more of that heart center opening. Or you can certainly bring your hands off the blocks. You could even put your forehead on your hands, making a little pillow there, especially if your head doesn't easily reach the ground. And modifying even child's pose to meet your needs. So perhaps the hips don't sink back quite as far, or you put a rolled blanket under the knees, behind the knees. Get ready for some low lunge work. So make the 2 blocks tall. Fingertips there. Bring the left leg through to a low lunge. Right knees down, top of the right foot presses the earth, and start to slide forward and back. This is one of my favorite movements. I incorporate in most of my classes. As long as it works for you, include it in yours. And go ahead, turn the back toes under. See if you can lift the right knee up. Find a taller lunge. You can always leave the back knee down. Place the right hand more firmly on the mat and send the left arm forward. So just starting to open this lunge into a twist. Turn the heart. The modification, of course, bringing that back knee down. You can even keep the left arm down. Experiment. Try things out. Horses live in alignment. They always do what's best for themselves. They're good at self-care, but they're also considering the herd and their environment as well. Nice deep twist if you like with the prayer hands. And take your time here to lower the back knee down, stretch to the half split again, into the soft lunge. And then we'll bring the back knee up and step forward, taking a moment in a standing forward fold. Knees can be nice and soft, nice and bent here. Or you can firm the front of the thighs a bit more and straighten the legs. Just see what the back body is open to. And in this forward fold, we're getting our head below our heart. And that's something we practice a lot in yoga, and it's a great metaphor. See now about lifting the head and the heart on about the same level and then folding back in. You could do that a few times if you like before stepping the left leg back, dropping the knee to the earth. And beginning your forward and back with the breath. So here we're revisiting this sequence on the second side. Notice I'm keeping a neutral spine, head and heart lifted. So if it was okay for you on the other side, you can lift the back knee. So a bigger runner's lunge here. Then stabilize the left hand on the tall block, reach the right arm forward. Start to sweep it up and open the heart, coming to a twist. Hips stay mostly squared. There can be just a subtle twist through the hips. Turn the low belly into the front thigh there. Make a coming to the full prayer twist lunge, or some variation of it that aligns for you. So see here, I'm dropping that back knee later in the pose. Stay with the breath as you come out. And once more, a little release back. Picking up the back knee to step forward again and take a fold. Release the head, shake it out a bit. The breath remains full even as the belly meets the thighs. Bend the knees and roll up slowly. At least a couple breaths to come tall to mountain pose. Shoulders roll back. And heart opening is a theme here in this practice. So feel that presence of heart in the chest, the upper back. Maybe move a little bit more into this region of the body. Anahata is the name of the heart chakra. So we'll step to the long edge of your mat and open the legs, open the toes out. The more you come into a plie position, the more balanced challenge this will be. So you can keep the toes angled a little more forward if you like. Coming down to a horse stance. And we'll breathe up, straightening the legs, and then draw the hands down in front of the heart. Big, beautiful sun breaths up, and then pulling down, like we're bringing the sky to the earth, and then we're earth to sky. As above, so below. Oh, one of the many tenets of yoga is unifying our human experience with our experience of source. Whatever that means for you. Let's pause here in the horse stance. You can keep both feet on the ground, or you can start to enhance your balance practice as well as build some strength. You see I'm lifting one heel at a time. It's a very grounding practice, activating the root chakra. Horses are very grounded, very connected to the earth, which allows them to be very open-hearted. And that is a lesson we'll take from the herd in our practice today. If you like, you can lift both heels, suspend for a moment, breath, your source of power. And releasing, come up to straight legs, just embrace the sensation, turning the toes forward, maybe even widening your stance a bit. Circle the hips around just a few times each direction. Sensing the second chakra from the earth to the water element, and second chakra being very connected to the heart, in it being an emotional center as well. When you're ready, you can fold forward here with bent or straight legs, and perhaps a block to rest the head on or stack the hands on and then rest the head. It's your choice to let the head simply hang also, but root down the legs into the soles of the feet. Feel the sit bones, the base of the pelvis, turn up towards the sky. That lovely cascading from the lower spine through the crown of the head, releasing heaviness in the heart, surrendering it to the earth. Next breath in, flatten out the back a bit and start to heel toe the feet towards each other. Stack your two flat blocks. You may even want to add another layer here. So a pillow or a blanket works. We're making a seat to come down onto
in a low goddess squat. Bring the outer elbows and triceps to the inner knees, hands at prayer. Create just a little bit of tension there. Hug the knees into the arms. Press into prayer hands. That opens the hips and low back, groin. And experiment with dropping one hand down and taking the other hand up. This helps expand the side body. Continues nurturing the energy and heart center. And landing back at prayer for one more deep breath and bowing the head. Preparing to come to the earth. Take your time. Come out of your goddess seat. Bring the front body to the earth, propped up on forearms, elbows under the shoulders, palms face down, fingertips forward. Really reach back through the toenails, tops of the feet. Connect firmly to the earth. Lifting the heart, so this is a gentle back bend. We call this Sphinx pose. Gently roll the head of the shoulders open. But also try to maintain some openness between the shoulder blades in the upper back. Chin is about level with the earth and ears drop back towards the glutes. We'll slide the hands back, lower the chest to the earth, lower the forehead as the chin tucks. And rock a little side to side here in the upper body, kind of almost massaging the forehead. Side to side. You might feel some stretch here in the triceps, shoulders. Take a moment then to put the hands under the forehead and rock side to side with the lower body. Bending the knees and letting the feet fall side to side there. Kind of like windshield wipers. Then we'll come up. Right forearm turns in under the heart and reach back, bending the left leg. See if you can find the top of the left foot. Or this is a great place to use your strap for support. Create a bit of a lasso, or a loop rather. And try to catch the top of the left foot. You can bring the strap right over your shoulder. So we're up in that gentle back bend slightly to start. The left knee stays on the ground and you're gently drawing the heel towards the glute. You can lower the heart and head back down. We want to enjoy a nice quadriceps stretch here, front of the thigh, without tensing the hamstrings too much or the glutes. Just keep the opposite leg extending and breathe fully. Coming out from this side when you're ready. And this is a short practice. It's just a half-hour practice. I really encourage you to pause this video, and the first one as well. Pause these videos at any time. Spend more time in a pose, especially if you've got it. Go ahead, loop around, find the right foot, this gentle supine, this prone quadricep stretch. A modified half bow pose, starting with the heart lifted and then coming into that more relaxed version. Listen to your knees. Don't strain. Don't force. Ever worked with riding horses or working with them even on the ground, you'll find that the more you try to force your will upon them, the more resistance you're going to get. They respond to acceptance, respect, patience, as does our body. So come back to that cobra setup, hands under the shoulders, press up, and all the way back through child's pose. Take a couple deep breaths. And round forward. Take your time getting to the back body. So come to our seat, knees bent, roll down the spine gently. Have your strap nearby. Make sure the back of your head can rest to the earth. And we're going to use the strap again to loop over the ball of the right foot. So you'll see I'm holding the strap here with the right hand about halfway between my body and the foot. As best you can, stretch the right heel towards the sky. Leg doesn't have to get completely straight. And if you like, you can also reach the left leg straight, flexing both feet. Maybe even hugging the right thigh towards the right shoulder a bit. So big hamstring opening here, calf. It's okay for your body. You can open out to the side. Keep your chin forward here. Center rather. Keep a good connection to the strap. Use that for leverage so the leg can relax open. You're going to keep the opposite hip pressing down. We don't want the left hip to roll up. Keep reaching strong through the left leg. Then with the strap, help the leg back up and switch the hold of your hand. So take the strap with your left hand, right arm out to the side. Without lifting the right glute from the ground, take the right leg slightly across your midline. It's hard to see in the video here. That right leg is coming towards the camera, but the right hip is staying down. And release that stretch. Bring the left leg back in, switching sides. Let's take a few windshield wipers before we do that. And left side. So set up. So even if your hamstrings are tighter, or maybe it's low back and that extended leg has a hard time getting straight, you can actually keep the knee bent on the leg that's in the sky, but still try to line the heel up about with the hip joint, even with a straight leg. Hang out here, right leg extending, or it can stay bent, rooting the foot into the earth. And if you like, taking the opening, full steady breaths. Things may be different on each side. Honor, accept, respect. We practice these fundamentals in the relationship with ourselves. We're able to practice them in our relationships and with each other, and doesn't that make the world a better place? Beautiful. Coming up to switch sides. Again, kind of hard to see here, but keeping that left hip grounded as I take the leg across the midline as far as I comfortably can without straining. Good, it doesn't take much. And come to center when you're ready. And releasing your foot from the strap, setting it off to the side and wiggling things out again with some windshield wipers. Preparing for our final relaxation. Bring the arms down closer to your sides and let the legs extend, or it might be nice for your low back to keep the knees bent and connected. Take your courageous heart mudra once more. The same one we started with. Be about letting go, even of working on the breath. Just be. It takes tremendous courage to surrender. Gently release the mudra. Let your hands rest where they're most comfortable. Let the breath, your practice, this pause, replenish you, your heart, where you need it most. Love comes to us. We don't have to fight for it. Love is what we are at our essence. Begin to take some gentle movements, some fuller breaths again, and walk the feet in so the knees are bent and you can make a patient transition onto your side, perhaps hugging the knees to the chest first. I have a visitor in my relaxation. Fire came to see me. He said, now Savasana, that looked like a good time. Take your time to press back up gently to seated or kneeling. If you want to finish in hero's pose, hands to heart center. Namaste. We thank the herd for witnessing, for holding space. Om Shanti, Om Peace.